Hey there, I'm Pamela. I am the girl who panics. I have been suffering from panic attacks and anxiety for about 2 years, pretty severely. And so if you're watching this, you've probably been suffering from panic attacks and anxiety as well, and I really feel for you. So I hope that the tips and the things that I share here are going to be helpful to you and that you can find a solution for your own panic attacks and anxiety. So just a little disclaimer, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just sharing my journey and my story with panic attacks. So please do seek medical help because this is not a substitute for any real medical help. So there, that said and out of the way, I hope that you will follow me on Instagram and YouTube. I am the girl who panics. So today I wanted to share with you a little bit of my journey, what's been going on in the past few months. I started seeing a functional medical doctor and he did an EEG. So this is part of the piece of the puzzle, how we're treating my panic attacks and anxiety. And I wanted to share those results with you. I thought you might find it interesting. So here's a printout of my brain mapping. So you'll see all these red areas over here, this way. Those are beta waves. So they're high beta waves, which basically means, we're on alert, figuring things out all the time. And if you have panic attacks, you probably feel the same way. Like you're always in constant, just taking in information all the time. It's like it's overload. So then you'll see these blue areas right here. Those are like almost non-existent alpha waves. And we want those to be higher because those are what kind of space you out and calm you down, from what I understand. So what we've been working on is trying to get those to balance out. So those red zones become less red and the blue zones aren't blue. And hopefully to that end, help the panic and anxiety. So in order to do that, my doctor sent me home with something called Muse. So what this is a headband. It provides neurofeedback based on your own brain waves. And what it does is sync with an app called Myndlift, which you can download on your iPad or whatever device that you want. And they work together in order to respond to your brain waves and literally retrain your brain and your brain waves. So I just wanted to share with you kind of how this works. So this is my routine. I do my Myndlift at night. And, you kind of got to get your hair, especially if you have big poofy curly hair like mine, you got to get that out of the way. And then we just take a really simple alcohol swab because we want to get a good signal between the Muse and the lift. And so we want to clean off, any makeup or anything like that. So I start with just doing a swipe across my forehead like this. And then we turn it on. There's a little button on the inside. This light will light up. And so you can see all these sensors that go across your forehead. Those are reading your brain waves. This is another little piece of the puzzle. This is an electrode that we place on top of the head. So that just reads more brain waves. So we just connect these two little pieces, just a little micro USB. And then we secure this around the ears and make sure there's no hair or anything. That was like a tough lesson. It is pretty sensitive. And then you want to keep it pretty straight so it rides kind of low-ish around your forehead, sort of like that. Very cute. And then what we do is put on this 10-20 pace. So this is helps it conduct electricity. So we dip this little electrode piece into the 10-20 paste like that. So like an ice cream scoop, if you can see that. And then we just place it. Basically, you try to find the center of your head. So putting your hands on the top of your ears and then where your middle fingers meet on the top of your head. And that's roughly where your electrode should go, and then you just sort of have to find a good spot. It will read it like, kind of through your hair, but it does get messy sometimes. So our Muse headset is on. The next thing we do, oh, it's my little friend's doggy, is we turn on our iPad, and this is the Myndlift app. So my practitioner has set it, like I said, so that we have the high beta brainwaves are coming down and the alpha waves are going up. Again, so hopefully, to get better with that sort of panicky feeling all the time. So then it just connects to your headset. So now we're connected, we're good. And then we wait for a good signal. So we kind of have to just be still till that turns green like that. All right, so everything's calibrated. Now, if you can kind of see on my tablet here, we have a few different things to choose from. So basically what these are games that respond to your brainwaves. So I like the first one. I like to start off with this first one, which is the runner. But you can also watch YouTube videos. I'll show you how that works. Different things like watching a fire, which surprisingly is harder than you might think, to just sit there and watch fake fire. And then, it's just different games. And this took a while to get the hang of because, especially if you're somebody that is sort of type A, prone to panic attacks and anxiety, you're trying to force it, like with your brainwaves, like, you will do what I want. It just doesn't work that way. So, it just took a while to understand what the aim is. So the way I think of it is, that feeling right before you're about to fall asleep, that's what you're trying to go for. So your brain's sort of just floating from one thing to the next, and, you don't have you're not trying to figure anything out. You're not trying to plan anything. Sometimes I would try to count things when I was doing the game, and I found that was really bad. That just did not work out at all. So any type of I don't know if you call it left brain type stuff, that's just not going to cut it here. So I'll just show you what happens with the runner and how brainwaves respond to this. So we might see that I'm not going to do well because I'm not totally zoned out doing this video, but you can get an idea of how it works. So I'm going to hit the runner button, and then we just hit start. So this just explains that when you're in the zone, your little alien guy, he runs faster and the sound of footsteps speeds up. And when you're not in the zone, your alien slows down and the sound of footsteps slows down. So let me turn the sound up so hopefully you'll be able to hear, what goes on. So let's just go ahead and start. So you can see he's kind of slowing up, and then he sort of skips, and then he goes really fast. I'm going to see if I can really slow it down for you so you can see what happens. So I'll probably do some of my bad practices like counting and things like that. So you can see, I was trying to just do some basic addition in my head, and he slowed way, way down. So it's very responsive to, what's going on in your brain. I'm going to end that without saving. And then just to show you what happens when you do a video, I like to watch videos of The Office. So to show you what happens when you're not in the zone. So you can see how the screen is blacking out, and then it comes back, and then the sound goes down. So that is when you're not in the zone. So every day I do 5 sessions at 4 minutes each. So I pick different games and activities to do. And then you'll be able to also see your stats. So you just go to view data. Here's my protocol. And let's see, for instance, so you can see kind of the up and down curve. The first session that I did, my longest attention span was 5 seconds. I mean, that's, we're talking like toddlers, maybe. So it was pretty bad. My record got up to, I think, over 150 seconds. That's a streak of just focus and attention, calm focus and attention. But I probably, more often than not average around, 15 to 30 seconds, and which is a huge improvement over 5 seconds a few months ago. So anyway, this is Myndlift, and I only have about a couple weeks left before I kind of wrap up this part of my protocol. But I have to say, I do enjoy it. I feel like it's my meditation, zoning out at the end of the day, and I do think it's helped my anxiety. It's helped to retrain my brain. So I may see if I can continue going with this. Just to keep those brain waves exercised the right way. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you're interested in Myndlift, you can go to their website, and I know that they do have practitioners that they can recommend, or you can work with them directly. So it is, I believe, myndlift.com, myndlift.com. And so I hope that again, you find that really helpful, and that you find something that really works for your panic and anxiety. And I hope that you have a happy and healthy day. Don't forget to follow me. I am the Girl Who Panics on Instagram and YouTube. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.